Okay, so we have to do the data processing first to check is any missing value or anything unusual. So we have to drop the data. Okay, so first we use the information INF to check the data type for each column. Object, integer. Okay, for this is a day time. But for the customer ID, they do have some missing value. So when we check the description on the UCI, it tells us there is no NA, there's no missing value. But here we check for the customer ID, they do have some missing value. 看到没？在这个 customer ID 是有 missing value 的。So we have to deal with the data first. Columns list all the 8 attributes. 一样吗？你们是不是跟我一样？你们是不是也是这个？对吧？应该是一样的资料集哈，没错哈。Okay, so we have to show the box plot 和虚图 for the quantity. Okay, so we retrieve the column for quantity by using the df quantity. 这边是 retrieve the quantity and plot box plot. Okay, to check is any outlier. It will show, it will omit the outlier grid. The size for the diagram 10 plus 7. The name for the y-axis, the name for title. Okay, so you can see the quantity for all the data set. The quantity is from -11 all the way to maybe 20, 22 or 23. 看到这边没有 ？Okay, so you can see something wrong with the quantity. Why the quantity should be minus? 对不对 ？Quantity 怎么会有负的呢？数量怎么会有负的 ？Okay, why the quantity have the minus value? So it means the cancel orders. Okay, so you can see, use the show priors with true statements. So you may see the outlier for all the data set. What is the difference between these two box diagram? 这两个都是和虚图，有什么差别？ One diagram without any outlier. For the second one, we show the outlier for the data set. Because the outlier is too much, too many. 看这个 outlier 太大了嘛 ，it dominates all the scale for the quantity. That's why we use the function with show prior with false. So we delete all the outliers. Okay, the value is more than twice of the standard deviation is the outlier. 所谓的这个 outlier 叫什么？中文叫什么？离群值是2倍标准差以外的值就是 outlier。好，所以说发觉到这边的 outlier 很大哈 ，because the 最大的 is 80,000， 个十百千8万订单是8万 ，but the cancel they also cancel the orders， 可以看到没有 ？OK， 这个指令就很好用了 ，OK，show prior， OK， so you can use show prior with false， don't show the outlier. And then we have to select the data we want, select the data for analytics. So there are 3 ways to select the data you want. Okay, one is with your color name. Color name 1 and color name 2. And combine with all the data. And also you can use the index for the row. Also you can use iLocation to specify the rows and the columns you want retrieve. 好，看一下哈，这边 data selection. There are some examples for data selection. We only retrieve the start code and description, these 2 columns. 好，看到没？这边就 show 只有2个栏位的，一个是 start code 产品的编号它的产品的名称。Okay, so we only show these 2 columns. When you retrieve these 2 columns, also you can assign a new name to keep the result. So what else? You can use only with start code, the column name to show only 1 single columns. 好，我把这边萤幕切一下了，我把这边讲完，你们再练习一下。Okay, so this part is teach you how to retrieve the data you want. So you may retrieve the column you want. Also, you may retrieve the column with the row with some examples. 你可以取栏位的，也可以取几笔几笔的资料。Okay, that's the data manipulations, data processing. You can use the column name for each. For here, I just retrieve 2 columns, one with star code and the second one with description. So you can see the result for these 2 columns together. You also can retrieve one single column with the column name star code. You also can retrieve the data set, the columns with a dot, and it will show automatically the names for each column. Quantity, or maybe you can customer ID from. It's easy for you guys to retrieve a single columns, the content for each single column. Just use dot column name. 好，知道了吧？2种方法。一个方法是中括弧，然后 column name， 或者是直接 dot column name。Also, you can retrieve the row index. Please show me from 1 to 4 minus 1. 只有3行。Okay? Retrieve the row. 第几笔的资料。Okay? So it starts from 0, right? So the 1 is the second one. Retrieve from 1 to 3. 记得哦，这个都是 minus 减1， 1到4其实就是1、2、3 4减1。Retrieve the observation 去取这个交易each. So I only retrieve 3 transactions. 只取了3笔交易出来，第2笔的交易，第3笔的交易，第4笔的交易。If you didn't specify the name for the first, it will start from 0. 这个前面不写的话，它是从第1个开始，第0个开始。If you didn't specify the last one, 你不解释这个哈，大概多少吧？5、4、3、5、4、0、0、0、50几万嘛，个十百千万50几万。Okay, so all the way to the end 到最后一笔的资料，看到没？好，这以前有教过吧？哈 ，the index for the row, so you have to retrieve the transaction you are interested. 你想要的资料，你有兴趣的资料。Describe to show me the continued variables, to see the range for each continued variables. So for the quantity, the average for the quantity, 所以它平均大概只有10笔这个大概每次都是定个10个而已，对不对？ But the maximum is more than 80,000 大概有8万个订单，8万个 piece quantity. But they also have the minus 这些都是 cancel 的订单，等一下我们要去处理。So we have to deal with the cancellation orders. Quantity described for each column. is the same. Okay, if you want to retrieve with some criteria, so you can use bigger than or less than. So here I want to retrieve the quantity data bigger than 9.5， 比10大的啊，这是应该比9.55大的。Okay, to show all the data for me. So you may see here the quantity is bigger than 9.55 啊，比大概9.5大的。They are only 150,000啊，大概只有15万笔，对不对？啊 ，Okay, so you can use the combine, okay, with to retrieve the quantity bigger than average 啊，比平均值大的，怎么样呢？有 ID 又大于哪一个值的 ？OK， so you can retrieve with the two or more criteria together using and or statements. Okay, so you can retrieve with the column, with the row and column. 好，记得吧？只有写这边呢，就是 row. If you have two parts for the index, the first part, it will be for the row index. The second one is column. So we use iLocation, this function. So here I retrieve from 0 to 9 examples, right? 0到10减1，对，0到9。And I need the first two columns, 2跟3. So for the second column is description, and the third column is quantity. So I retrieve now 10 records with two columns. 啊，看到没？啊，这边就是虽然很多的指令啊 there are 8 attributes, but we only retrieve 2 of them. Okay, so here we have to filter with the quantity which is minus. Here we'll show you all the quantity with the minus. How many transactions with minus quantity? 个十百千万 ，OK， 10,000 有1万多笔的资料是什么 ？Cancellation. So you may see the invoice number start with C, right? It shows that this transaction they canceled the product. Okay. Retrieve the quantity less than 0 and show me the description and the quantity 2 columns for me. 好，会不会？ Here it will check all the content for the quantity. Thus, the quantity is less than 0. If bigger than 0, it should be false. If it's minus, it will show the statement for true. 好，这边你们就练习一下，好不好？啊，这边都是一些资料的。 好，我们大概进行到这里。Okay, so for the next section, I would like to tell you how to filter the cancellation order. 好，你们先练习一下啊，到这里。